नमस्कार, मेरा नाम गौरी शर्मा त्रिपाठी, daughter of Padma Sharma. Kathak has been my life, my passion, and today I take you through a journey of questions, surrendering, and an offering to this art form. Importance of everything, the power of dance to understand the self. Movement is voice of my mind, making a difference, inspiring and being inspired. Things which sparked curiosity in my life. Dance has been a bridge between spirituality and the physical being. Dance is a vitamin for me, my peace and in stillness. तो आइए आज की शाम मंच यूके के नाम. I want to thank to begin with. जैसे रंगमंच प्रवेश होता है कथक में, उसी तरह आज हमारा प्रवेश है मंच यूके में. पहले शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ सबको. Wishing everybody happiness, keeping the spirit of ourselves, of our mind, of our breath, of being together. I think that's the soul that we take forward. Most importantly, to Subhalakshmi, Ambika, Vidya and Sudhani. The four Devis who have joined hands with none other than Meera Kaushik, the Rachayata of Manch UK, and a journey for me and a person who has inspired, challenged, pushed, criticized, gave a feedback that made me what I am today. And so many of you who are watching me today, all over the world, who have been instrumental in that guiding spirit, in that josh. तो चलिए शुरुआत करती हूँ. From my childhood, I grew up with a fragrance, और ये खुशबू है खस की, जो आती है लखनऊ से. I wish I could share this, पर मैं कोशिश करूँगी कि इसकी मुस्कुराती हुई महक आप सब तक पहुँचे. When I was a child, I grew up in the cuddles of my mother, Padma Sharma. Ma would finish her riyaz and come and meet me when I was a tiny tot. So I don't know when dance started for me. I could feel her breath because she held me so close. The fragrance of khas and the association of the dance sounds, the ghungroos, which are just, it merged. It just got it mixed with it. Pata nahi laga when it happened and how it happened. So the birth happened in Lucknow. I came from a family of doctors and lawyers, married to an engineer. My father is an engineer. So there was no art in the field, in the household. But it was my grandmother who was the most instrumental lady, and who played the piano, allowed my mother to dance, and there's my journey started. We are blessed to have women like this. It's about womanhood, it's about sisterhood, and it's about letting people do and be free. Hey, to try it out. Well, the journey started from Lucknow to Mumbai, and then from Mumbai to a place in Rajasthan called Rawatbhata, almost 60 kilometers away from Kota. And that's my family. My father, my mother, and my brother. And that's me. I was called Arthur Kipuria. Out of control. Could never hold me on. The process of training just happened. It just flowed. There was no television at that time, in the 70s. We were in this almost like a wilderness place. So the only thing we grew up listening to were these records, which my mother played. We had an old vinyl music player, and that's how we started with listening to music. This is Jawaharlal Nehru's speech, and of course, it being Ravi Shankarji's 100th year. This is the album I grew up listening to, one of the most exquisite pieces of compositions. Evenings were dancing, playing the music, and dancing out. I learned waltz with my mother, and Ma and myself, we just evolved doing things together in the evenings were, and of course, ABBA, Voulez-vous. This is a record my father got when he went to Germany. So when anybody came to this isolated place called Rawatbhata, it was magical, getting goodies from outside, and of course Dr. Jawab. I'm showing this because these are my favorite tracks and music, and of course now we can get it on YouTube. Mom has a record player, but now it's quite passe. People really don't, but we have these lovely evenings playing the violin and moving on from there. Childhood in Rawatbhata was interesting. We played at the school which was next door, so through the barbed wires, I would go out, attend school and come back. And it was a bindas approach to life. But I think over all this time, I kept absorbing what my mother was doing. I didn't go for classes, but I just became part of that whole journey. Ma would go back and forth to Bombay and come back. And then the journeys of performances started. Her meeting of gurus happened. And I want to show you here two of the pioneering gurus in Kathak, Mohanrao Kalyanpurkarji and Lachu Maharaji. I grew up in Lachu Maharaji's house practically. Ma used to go to do her riyaz, and I would hang out with him. I was barely 2.5, 3 years old, and having roti, garam roti and salt. So कहते हैं नमक खाया है मैंने, लखनऊ घराने का नमक खाया, if I say so. And it was absolutely pleasurable time. I didn't know how time flew. We were there for concerts, performances, magical time of absorbing, listening and taking it forward. And here, Mohan Raoji's piece, that is a performance that I did just now when we opened up. This is a recording of 1975, his Parhant. And I thought this was a great blessing to start with his Parhant. I watched him. He taught me compositions when I was a small kid. But yes, that is an energy and the spirit what I have imbibed, and memories and imageries that has kept me going. At the same time, Lachu Maharaji ne maa ko ganda banda. This is in his Lucknow space, and then when he moved to Mumbai in Dadar, that's his house in Dadar. That's where all the riyaz and the ganda bandha is one of those very interesting rituals when a guru ties a sacred thread to the pupil and says, "Ab main aapse kuch chupaunga nahi, and I'm going to keep moving on." This was a time I also watched dancers and artists like them, Sitara Devi ji and Ma in Radha Piya Pyari. एक किस्सा याद आता है, राधा पिया प्यारी के समय मैं बहुत छोटी थी. I was a small kid, and I remember the choreography because I was there for all the rehearsals. And one of the new recruits was not performing properly. I was right in the front row, and I told Lakshmi Maharaji, I will make the entry. I know she's doing wrong. She's not doing the right thing. I'll make an entry. So I had to be practically held back. And they used to all hold me back and like, don't allow Gauri near the stage because she might just jump on, because I just thought it was a similar space, and I didn't realize the threshold of an audience and as a performer. So that was a very interesting time. And then life changed when I came to Bombay. College happened, but there was a wave, and that wave of interesting things, interesting opportunities started coming in. And I started with combination of working in college productions, performances happening, went to see workshops with Kelu Babu. I was at the stage where I was like a sponge, wanting to absorb. I would go and see Pratima Ji's performances, would go for a tech run before that so I could understand the lighting. There's a lot of bhook in me. There was desire to look around, and Ma has given me the freedom. Ki jao, go and koshish karo, go and see, go and evolve. And that was a time when I was offered a very interesting entry point. Somebody just called up and said, there is Shyam Babu's Bharat Ke Khoj, a series on Discovery of India, and he wants a Thumri, and we thought it might be very good if you do the Thumri. And I had no clue what I was getting into. And I said, yeah, very good. They came to pick me up. We took a local train from South Mumbai to Goregaon and went and did the shoot, one shot, and it was done. I stopped and I told Babu, I said, can we do it again? He says, no, that's it. It's done, it's over, I'm satisfied. And that was it, one shot, and that is the promo which so sweetly Meera's team and Meera have displayed for all of us to share. And Kavya actually located it on YouTube. So I'm really happy that everybody can see that thing. And from there came another turning point, right at the same period of time, within the first 2 years, was Mahabharata and meeting Gopiji. Gopiji came to a point and said that I want you to do the role of Guruji, and so I was thrown in 3 days of learning the choreography with Gopiji, and I know some of the dancers have interacted and seen Gopiji. Tough, hard taskmaster, and he would not allow me to rest, and hey, we got it. And that is a junoon I found in Gopiji, and the whole element of riyaz. Unse jab bhi milo, there was riyaz, he was constantly on the move, and that excitement of what dance was, he sort of instilled and pumped in us. And I was, thrown around, and I loved the whole experience of Mahabharata. And of course, ZTV was being launched. Ronnie Screwwala was just opening his new setup, UTV, and thus came Jambi Tufan Tire Puncher. Again, why I'm taking these touch points, because they were very instrumental in what happened. Things just happened. You didn't have time to pause and think. And of course, another thing that interestingly happened was I was offered to come on the cover page of Femina. So I'm just showing this to you. After a lot of rejection on a couple of things, the rejection was part of my journey. I enjoyed it. And I think it just made me stronger. It made me feel, oh, I can do it. Let me readdress it. Let me take a feedback. Let me take a step back and move on. And with this reinvention about choices and opportunities, another choice came my way. It was of marriage. At 21, I got married to this lovely man, Shashank. He's been an instrumental guide and a mentor to me, like my father, who has always driven and given focus and guidance and support and feedback. And again, I'm saying that feedback is so important, to get the honest feedback, and we move on from that. So the choice of getting married and deciding that dance, that is my umbilical cord and cannot be broken. I meandered my way, I navigated, and I moved on. And that was the fun of it. From Nigeria, where we moved first, to Switzerland. And then came my journey into my कर्म भूमि, which is London. और यहाँ से शुरुआत होती है एक बहुत सुंदर कविता जो लक्ष्मी महाराज जी ने लिखा है। बाजी घर आई, बाजी देख देख उधाई, बाजी मुरझाई सुन तान गिर घर। Resisting, adapting, evolving, and asked it this growth. बाजी हंस बोले, बाजी तरक्की बोले, बाजी संग लागी डोले, solid roots and no fluff, सुध बिसरी सब घर की, बाजी न धरे धीर, बाजी न संभाले चीर, time to free, बाजी के उठत तीर दावा न धरती, बाजी कहे बाजी बाजी, बाजी कहे कहाँ बाजी, बाजी कहे बाजी बंसी सांवरे सुधरती. Time to reclaim and reinvent yourself. So this was my journey. I came to London 3 months later. I get a call from Sushmita Ghosh. If you're watching, love you. And she introduced me to Federation of Patidar Associations and, more importantly, Academy. And at that time, it was Meera, like all of us have met her. And Meera challenged. As usual, India se jab aate hain, we bring our CV and all photographs, etc. We wanted to show her. And Meera turned around and told me that, okay, that's great, you might have done Mahabharat, Discovery of India, so many solo work, but I'm curious and keen to see how you navigate the space in London. Thode samay baad aana, come and meet me after some time. And that is where the turning point happened. A bit of teaching happened. I started moving towards open spaces and meeting Rachel Harris, whose journey with me has been tremendous, and we go on for a long, many years of work together. Uzma Hamid led me to meet Sandeep Bhagwat, one of the music composers, and that was my first workshop which I did in Slough for Academy. And that was again a turning point. Why a turning point? Because it was like a melting point of sharing, of ideas, and bringing people together, believing in change happening through dance. It gave birth to my belief and my strategic way of teaching. That led to another very interesting thing, the wave of changes, birth, and that was the birth of my daughter, 1998. Soon after, I would say 40 days, we say 40 days lockdown, 40 days ka riyaz karo, chilla kehte hain usse, something about the 40 day. But I was clear and very strongly believed that I will be able to dance back within 40 days of giving birth, which was absolutely unheard of. My mother said completely not possible, it's not, we can't do that. But I challenged myself. I took my kid at 30 days. We flew down to Germany and I worked in the Munich Biennale for the musical and opera Ramanujan, where I played the role of Namagiri, the goddess. And that was truly a turning point. And that's where the sequences started happening, and it was overdose of, something bumming off, something taking off from there, and that's where my spirits rose to a point. 2000, so we come to that very instrumental time called coming of age. Meera, you led us to it, and so many of us, you changed the way we started looking at spaces. Priscine was our space. उससे पहले हम लोगों ने कभी बाहर नहीं जाने की कोशिश की. That's where thousands of people came to watch, multiple artists perform. And I want to share this very quick story with you. What happened with me was, after the first day of rehearsal, I walked out and I told Meera I can't do it, because we had a contemporary dancer who was choreographing. I came out and I said, Meera, I'm not able to go back. My body doesn't take contemporary dance. I have to do lifts. I'm not used to it. It was a total shake-up, physically and emotionally for me. And I think this was the first time I came out of the studio and I cried. I couldn't believe it. I think there was a lot of changes. Meera turned around and said, Agar tum koshish nahi karoge, how will you know that you can't do it? And that brought me back. I learned the words deconstruction. I learned the words of going up and reversing back. I started seeing movements in a different way. It was almost like a 360 turnaround. And I thank people like Meera and so many others who have been part of this journey to challenge that and to say, hey, agar koshish nahi karoge, how will it happen? And therefore that journey of coming of age happened. Let me show you an image of coming of age, which was also very special. The 3 generations joined. At that time, my mother, Padmaji, and my daughter, who was just 2.5 years old, also became part of this performance. Soon after, we were hit with Dance Yatra, which was 2002, with Pyali Ray designed it, and Dr. Prashant Naik sort of produced that production. And this is what we got a title for, The Great Northern Storm. And this is where the birth of ARC, Amar Nritya Kalahansa, ARC UK, ARC A New Kathak Horizon happened. So the parallel journeys happened and we moved on from here to something very spectacular. For me, my mentors became very, very important. Alaknanda Samarth, who has handheld me, has guided me, has pushed me across to the concrete wall and has asked me to breathe and think differently. Think of not the center, think of off-center, the excitement of how you can use a space. And that's where the ignition of trying out new things started. The perspectives changed. And from there, we started off a new wave of the strength of collaboration. I met Meera Chak for Beju Gaura, tremendous collaborator, great listener. And how I started working and designing an idea from an idea to the musicality, sitting with him and working non-stop and building up on that. And also the journey of the first time when we all performed was Westminster Abbey, and that's where Akram, association with Akram, my dear friend, started. We went into this whole space of collaboration, understanding how you create work and the process behind it. How does a team come through? How do you also reject work and you say, no, it doesn't work, let's restart, let's rebuild on it. Give the confidence in that. And that's when we started Polaroid Feet, Sacred Monsters, 0 Degree, and the conceptual idea of Gnosis. We did a couple of shows, and from there, how an idea can continue evolving. And that was unique, a birth on giving a germ and giving a plant to keep rising, and even now it continues to rise. So kudos and good wishes and love to Akram on that. At the same time, very interestingly, ISTD, which Meera yet again initiated, first time syllabus writing happened. Sushmita Ghosh, Sujata Banerjee, Pushkala, Aka, Neena Rajrani, all of us, and Sushma Mehta, all of us joined hands to create the syllabus. But for me, the most challenging point was meeting David Henshaw. We had to write the syllabus, and it was tough because we grew up listening to the density and the volume of the art form that we have. And David said, focus, deconstruct, take the fluff out, and go straight on to what is required in the syllabus. So I learned how to structure things, which gave again a very interesting point of view for my work, which I kept developing. And also that time, the focus was changing a little bit. I was a bit hungry, I wanted to do my own dance, I wanted to keep moving on, and solo became a very integral part. Not that my teaching didn't happen, my girls at Wembley, all of them, beautiful, blooming at that time, were also part of this journey. And I loved working with them because you all gave me the stimulus to bounce out, to think differently, and to be brave. We became brave and we started moving forward. At this point, I worked on my solo work, View, Ta, Ishmir, Waqt, and they were like fabulous point where I started rediscovering my body, myself, my own voice. With the solo work, the collective also was happening at the same time, which was very interesting. Mahabharat happened, Baba Girls happened, Far Pavilions with Pyali Di happened, Bollywood trips happened. And this is something which I learned from a solo point of view. How do you go into collective work with theatre people? And that's where the skills what Alak had taught, Satyadev Dubeji had told, a lot of my cinema work that I had done previously started helping me. And we started making people understand what movement is and how do we cater to this point of view and how do we bring a voice into the movement of the body. Came 2008 and Julia Carruthers calls up, dear friend, mentor, and somebody who has really cherished and chiseled and felt the art form in the scene, in dance scene in the UK, called her to say that we want you to become an artist in resident at the South Bank. And I said, me, not possible. I was busy working and I did not expect something like this would come my way. And hey, it was magical, a magical turning point. I met Jude Kelly, the then artistic director, only after 6 months. When I became an artist, and I said, what do I have to do? You know, what are the things? What do we need? We had Shlomo, we had Lemsese, very inspiring people, and we loved the space. I met Jude in Beijing for the Olympics closing ceremony, and over a cup of green tea. And she says, you create your own landscape. And if you were running the South Bank Center, what would you do? I came out feeling empowered and I said, fabulous, this is the way to move forward. And I think these energies in life are so important, to have people around you to give you the space to be able to think differently and move on and create and be dangerous and make a mistake and perhaps trip over. It's fine. I created a whole moleskin notebook of sketches and everything, and I'll take you through some of them, where I just wrote what I believed South Bank could do, and thus came the birth of Alchemy and Wow. And wow, I would say, a journey which I have taken with Jude, Rachel Harris, till 2 years back. We have done 9 years of Alchemy, a spirited, collaborative space that we created to embrace the art form and be happy about it. And you know, the happiness of bringing new artists, commissioning them, and not feeling that your ego is hurt. You're allowing that space. And I come back to my father again on that. He gave me that. He always, after a performance, gave very critical feedback. He said, that was fine. It's now time to you to do more rehearsals and build up your stamina and take it forward. And I loved it, because I think that gave us the josh and the energy when we saw happiness around through the art form and the power of the collective which came in. I'll take you through one very interesting thing which I many times like doing, is my sketches. This is a sketch of Devi, which I just recently did. But more importantly, how I had taken ARC, how I doodled through the logo of ARC. And also, that's the way I think, that's the way I create my work. A lot of my text is written and designs are done accordingly. And this is something I created with Maven. Special hug to him. Sufi and Zen. Mira, this is our initial sketches for the production we had done. And that ran for nearly 10 years. This is how the costume had moved. So these are each production, each project I have done, I have been able to bring forth very different ideas to share and to really, bring that to the movement vocabulary. I will not go without really saying that my being has been architected. The architecture of it has been not created by me myself, but by a wide range of people around. As I call, London is my karma bhumi, and therefore, at this point of time, I want to bring Pyariji from Sampath. We did Dance Yatra with you. We did Far Pavilion. You created Sakhi, where Geeta Sridhar, Sonia Sabri, Anusha were together, the National Gallery events. And every time I say, Hoga ki nahi hoga, you'll always say, yeah, karke to dekho. It will happen with that tilt. Great spirit and great energy. Hey guys, we are blessed to have people like this in UK to be able to hold us through it. Shireen Isal, who taught me what classicism is. Khushi Dapa, who brought a tremendous energy of wanting to do things in a bindas attitude. Geeta Sridhar, my soulmate, and Dr. Nandakumar Parvati Nair from the Bhavan, who really gave us the platform and always in happiness. And he gave me my daughter's name, Tarini. Divya Mathur, at that time, who was with the Nehru Center, gave the whole element of Sahitya, Hindi Sahitya. Reena, your magical voice, has led in so many ways in so many productions. Chandra Chakravarti, Hiren, Raghunath Chate, and Sanju Sahai, who have been backbones of a lot of our solo work that we have created. Sangeeta Datta, Madhuvanti Ghosh, and Maven have been instrumental in various other projects with me. Madhu was with us for In Focus, a cinema company that we had set up, me, Meera, and Madhu with Sangeeta Datta. And of course, a lot of the collaborative work that we had done together is with Maven. Maven, I'm going to watch you soon. Emma Gladstone has been another very instrumental person in making me think outside the box. And that has been very, very crucial in the way I navigated my space in the UK land. I also want to say that there is something about this whole energy of people coming together. Nikki Malloy, Eva Martinez, Wendy Martin, Shaumik, Chitraka, Urja, and Sujata ji. you all have been instrumental in various threads in holding us together. And that's important. We are puppets, we have been held with opportunities, with projects, and that's how we make a choice which way we want to move and we want to navigate. I want to also send lots and lots of love to all my Kaka Kutis, our group, the second innings, and the power of sisterhood together, the power of being together, power of dancing together. And with this power, I want to also tell you guys, please watch Munch UK tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. to see Subhash Viman Gorania. He has been, again, a very interesting person who's navigated with different art forms, different styles, and I took his exam. I remember that. Grade 1 ISTP exam. So good luck on that. Hey, life is to celebrate, life is to move on, and my pranam to my mother and my guru, and the josh in which we will navigate this space. So अब मैं अंत में एक वक्त की कविता आपको पढ़ना चाहती हूँ, जावेद साहब की लिखी है। ये वक्त क्या है, ये वक्त क्या है, ये आखिर की जो मुसलसल गुजर रहा था, ये कब से कब तक का सिलसिला है, जब नहीं था तो कहाँ था। ये वक्त क्या है, ये वक्त क्या है जो आज है, कल है और हमेशा रहेगा।